Trump Jr., Executive Vice President of the Trump Organization. Don, it is great to have you on this show. I want to get to this tweet from Jonathan Turley, and then I want to get your reaction from it. So this is what he said on X, Don. He said, the sentence will finalize the case and allow for an appeal. However, it would also label the president-elect a convicted felon just before he is sworn into office. Is this the final cathartic act for lawfare warriors? Mershon will supply the talking point for the inauguration coverage as reporters repeat the mantra of the historic status of Trump being sworn in as a convicted felon. So, Don, isn't that what this is all about, just to give Democrats that talking point?
It's what all of it's been about, Lisa. Look at all of the times they've gone after him. Look at all the times they've failed. It's one more soundbite that they're going to get to try to use to allow the mainstream media to paint him in a certain picture. The reality is my father won with an overwhelming mandate of the American people, winning every swing state, winning the popular vote. This is a last-ditch effort to probably the most resilient man in American political history. How many times have they counted him out? How many times have they tried to take him out, quite literally, whether it was with lawfare or with actual bullets? He's the most resilient man in the world, and he's going to deliver for America and the American people. That's the mandate that he received on November 5th, and that's what he's going to see through. The rest of it is just nonsense from a flailing Democrat Party that has no moral compass, that has no direction, that is not in line with the views and the mindset of the American people, and that's why they lost so overwhelmingly.
Well, you know, you're right. And he won the popular vote. Your dad did for the first time for Republicans in 20 years. So he has the American people behind him. There's this big agenda he wants to get done to deliver to Americans. But, you know, we've got small majorities in both the House and the Senate. What would you say to any Republican who wants to stand in the way of that agenda and stand in the way of that mandate?
Well, we only have the House and the Senate, frankly, because of my father, because he was able to bring some of those candidates across that line. Obviously, I think we got a lot of great new candidates in the Senate and some in the House, but I think they have to get in line and they have to do that. You saw a little bit of that today, frankly, with a 3-seat majority. You got the Speaker done on the second. Obviously, you have to have a little bit of that drama, but the reality is that we have the House and the Senate because of my father, because of the mandate that the American people gave all of our representatives, and it's time for them to start representing that. It's time to start representing the constituency that elected them there. When you look at what happened, Lisa, in the first couple days of the year, where you have multiple terrorist attacks happening, that happened because people couldn't get together. They allowed the Democrats to steamroll them. They allowed the failed policies of Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and frankly, the entire Democrat Party to make America a disaster. That has to stop. The American people voted for that overwhelmingly, and they have to get behind my father, his agenda, and most importantly, they have to get his cabinet confirmed immediately. None of the rhino games, none of the nonsense that they're going to play. They have to allow him to have the people that he wants in the positions to get things done and to deliver for America.
You know, Don, your family's been put through hell. Your dad's been put through hell. Mershon's still trying to put him through hell, as we talked previously. Investigations, court cases, impeachment, 2 assassination attempts. You've been put through a lot of this stuff as well. You know, how are you guys doing since the victory? How have you guys been doing these past few weeks? I imagine this has been a massive weight off your shoulders and a relief.
Well, it's been a lot of work even since the election, obviously, just, getting the team together for transition, making sure he has the team that can deliver. I think the team that we've assembled this time around and my father has chosen is so much better than what we would have done in 2016, where we just didn't know, where we were coming in as total outsiders and didn't have an understanding. I think, frankly, it's better that we have these next 4 years than we would have had we had the 20 to 24 cycle, because you would have rolled over some of the bad actors that weren't going to get things done. So that feels great. But really, Lisa, what means the most to me, what means the most to my family, is seeing from regular Americans and small business owners and entrepreneurs who are coming up and saying, you know what, Don, thank God that happened. We're now investing. We're now taking a chance. We're going to go out there and do these things. We're going to expand on the little restaurant that we built. America has confidence again. America, feels they have a chance at success. They have a chance to thrive, not just barely survive. So many people were literally deciding what they were going to do based on the outcome of an election, whether they were going to take a chance to live their American dream. And when I hear those stories by people that come up to me day in and day out, that's what this was all about. That's what we did this for, and that's what I'm really excited to see. And I think that's going to lead to an incredible economy.
Right. The golden age is ahead of us. Don, we appreciate your time. Thank you.